Hey guys and girls, Jimmy finally got his new Tracker 175 in. I say finally because I've been without a Tracker Pro Team 175 for a while, and I've had them for years and years and years. This is the #1 selling bass boat in the nation. More Tracker 175 sold than anything. One of the reasons this boat, right now with a 60 horsepower motor on it, is about $21,000, $22,000. I've got a 75 Mercury on mine, 4-stroke, and it's about less than $2,000 higher, I think, with a 4-stroke. So maybe about $23,000 with a 4-stroke engine on it. But now, you know me, I always trick mine out a little bit, so I thought I'd walk through this boat with you. And if y'all will remember, you probably won't remember, but my last Tracker Pro Team 175 was red, and I actually had that boat for 3 or 4 years. I mean, it was just fantastic, and it was like new, and it was just a great boat, and so I didn't really see any reason to get another one. And they called me and asked me to put it up for sale, so I did. They wanted to get me in a new one, and I put it on my Facebook page, and it sold in 10 minutes. That's right, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Fred Ward out in Phoenix, Arizona bought that boat, and so I didn't even have one ordered or anything. I mean, so I ordered one real quickly, and it's just taken me a while to get this boat. I mean, it's just taken me a while. We had all this bad deal with the pandemic, and a lot of the Tracker plants were shut down. And it was just hard to get a hold of a Tracker boat. But finally, I have my brand new boat. You can see it's kind of a reddish maroon color. It's a beautiful boat. I put 2 power pole blades on it. My last Tracker, I only put 1 on. Can I tell you, that was a mistake. And I just put 1 on because I thought when I got ready to sell that boat, it'll hold the price down a little bit, only having 1 power pole instead of 2. Do not put 1 power pole on a boat. Do not put 1 power pole on a boat. You need to put 2. And so I put 2 of the power pole blades on here. I put white on here just to kind of give it some color. I got my black Mercury 4-stroke on there, and the boat being a maroon color. And I just thought it just was pretty. I just thought it was pretty, and it certainly is. I've got Mercury 4-stroke. Of course, obviously, all Mercuries are 4-strokes now. This is a 75 horsepower motor. 75 horse. This boat comes with a 60 also. Like I said, about 21,000. But I've got to put a 75 on mine. I want as big a motor as I can get on whatever. Now, the only thing that I haven't done correctly yet is I've still got the aluminum prop on there. I will change that over and put a Mercury stainless steel prop on there. I just haven't had time to change that out. But I'll change that out to a Mercury stainless steel prop. The boat comes with boat tie downs on it. It's on a Tracker trailer, and the Tracker trailer is in a package price. It's got boat tie downs there to tie it down. They're easy to put on, simple, quick and easy, and I really like them. Can't think of really anything else to talk about outside the boat. Obviously, they've got all LED lights on the Tracker boat trailers now, and just absolutely fantastic lighting systems. You know, I used to make a joke that boat trailers came with a trailer light out from the factory. People would stop you on the road. Hey, you got a trailer light out? I say, yeah, they come that way from the factory. Now, they don't really come that way from the factory. But the new LED lights, you don't have nearly as much problem with boat trailer lights going out as we did in the past. They're sealed. They're in really nice. They're just, the quality of them just gone up over the years, and we don't really have much trouble with the trailer lights now. The trailer, of course, is a Tracker trailer. Comes with a jack on it, all the lights, everything. It's all ready to go. They're designed specifically for this boat. All right, I guess we'll just get in and start at the back and work our way to the front, because this boat, for a less expensive boat, really has lots of features. Well, let's go back here, and I'll open up back here in the back. As you can see, you fill your gas from the outside. Just pull up to a gas pump, pop your cap off right there, and you can fill it up. Back in the back, yeah, this is pretty full. That's right, it sure is. I've got a big gas tank back here. I don't even know the gallons on that. I think that's like a 22-gallon tank. 22-gallon tank, a really big tank. Now, I changed the batteries out. I put Super Start batteries from O'Reilly in everything, and I've got 3 batteries back here because I've got a 24-volt trolling motor up front. I got a Minn Kota Maxim on there, 70 horsepower trolling motor. We'll look at that in a minute. Now, here's one of the things you want to run your. It comes with a battery charger built in already. You want to run your cord to the outside of the boat, where all you have to do is just plug in. That's all you got to do to charge your batteries. I don't have to get in and hook up battery chargers or anything. I just plug that in like I got it right now. I'm in business. Keeps these Super Start batteries charged 100% of the time. And that's a pretty crowded compartment when you get everything back there, but it's really good. If you need to work on anything, like you have a something happened, you get something in your bilge pump there, we'll take this off right here, and it opens, it gives you access down in there so you can get to your bilge pumps to work on it. Really thought out well from that standpoint. Really thought out well. All right, here in the middle is a live well, and I'm telling you, Johnny Morris is a fish-catching son of a gun. Johnny Morris owns Tracker Marine, White River Marine. He is a fish-catching son of a gun. How do you know? This is the way he builds live wells right here. Look at the size of that live well. That'll hold a 30-some-odd inch fish, I guess, right there, and without touching anywhere around that. So that'll hold a lot. You got a compartment you can put down. You got a little deal you put down here in the middle that separates this into two compartments if you want. I like to leave it just like this right here. I don't fish tournaments anymore. This is for tournament fishermen, where you slide your divider down in the middle and keep your fish separated. This boat comes with a pump out system where you can actually pull the switch here and pump the water out. It's a great system, a great aeration system. It's got a timer on it, or run it on full constant. If you're running Super Start batteries, you can just turn your aerator on and let it run. Just turn it on and let it run. If you got good batteries, you don't have to worry about it. That's a big, giant live well. You got a couple storage boxes on each side of the boat back here in the back. There's sealed storage boxes, real solid storage boxes. Got a little drain in there, so if you do get any water in them, and they will get water, because if you look in here, you know, water can come down, run out of your carpet and run down in there, even though it's got a lip around it. So a lot of people use these for ice chests. I've used them for ice chests a lot myself. Put a few drinks in there, filled it up with ice, and it's sealed. It'll hold your ice pretty well. It's not great. It's not an ice chest, but I use it for that. You got one of those on each side of this boat. Nice little storage here on the other side. Again, it's got a drain in it also. All right, get back here to this. Get back here to here. You got your seat in the middle. It's got storage underneath this. Sometimes I put a battery charger in that. Now, this one, I got room down my battery chargers back there and didn't have to, but you get pretty crowded when you start using a lot of batteries like I use. But you got a nice little storage compartment down here. Looking at your console, if you'll look here, look at the room you have in this boat. This is only a 17.5-foot boat. But you look when you get in the console. You see this right here? I got a lot of room under there. Straighten my legs out. Come all the way underneath. You got a great instrument panel right here. I got a tack and a speedometer on here. I got a water pressure gauge. Got a fuel gauge. My battery gauge on here. So I've really got really got this boat. It's really right. So it's got your trim deal up here, down and up on your trim. Comes with a horn in it. Obviously, all the boats come with a horn in it now. You got a plug in up here that you can hook a light to, or a cigarette lighter, or whatever you want to use in here. Now, I do have power poles on here, so I got my power pole switches right here. I've also got a remote power pole switch I can use that I usually keep in here, so if I want to run them up and down. I got power pole switches up the front also, which I think it's really, really important to have power pole switches on the front. I put 9-inch Garmin electronics on here. I've got just that's a regular 9-inch Garmin. I can't even remember the number of it, but it's got gold GPS in there. It's got down scan. It's just a great fish locator, and I've got another one just like it up the front. I think on this boat here, you can put a 12-inch on here if you want. I've got a big gimbal mount, so I can move that around. I've got the cover. I can lay it down and get it out of the way. You can put this gimbal mount. You can really do about whatever you want to once you got this mounted on. But the other thing on the front, when we get up here at the front, and I'll talk about that, I did put life scope on here. I tell you, if I was to rig a pontoon boat, if I was to rig a John boat with a 10 horsepower Mercury on it, or 12 horse, or a 5 horse, it wouldn't matter. I'd put a life scope on there. So I do have a life scope up front. 2 locators on this boat, one back here at the back. It's got GPS and everything in it. You could put a 12-inch on here if you want. You got a larger screen, but a 12-inch looks a little bit big on a 17-foot boat. And a 9-inch does everything the 12-inch does. Does everything the 12-inch does. It does everything it does on my $100,000 Ranger boat on this little $20,000 tracker. So I've got a great console situation right here. You got your bilge pump in here. You got your aerated live well, your pump out system, a timer system. You can fish national tournaments out of this boat. A lot of guys are using aluminum boats in tournaments now. A lot of them are. And a lot of the local tournaments, you'll see a lot of Tracker 175s, a lot of Tracker 195s. I own both boats, and they're both just fantastic. I like to keep this boat in the dock. I've got a cover for it. I can take those seats down and just put the cover on it. Keeps the spiders out of it, which I hate spiders. Lord, I hate spiders. I hate spiders. I don't mind playing with rattlesnakes, but spiders, I hate spiders. I hate spiders. But anyway, I want to put my cover on to keep it clean while it's in the boat. This boat will stay in the dock. This is the boat that I go down there, let the boat down in the water, push it out of the dock, pick my rod and reel up, start chucking and winding. This is the boat that I use. I probably fish more days out of this boat than any boat that I've got. Now, I don't go out there maybe and fish 8 or 10 or 12 hours like I do out of my Ranger or my 195. But as far as just days that it gets put down in the water and fished out of, here at the Eagle, it's a lot. It's a lot. Don't get many hours on the motor. Whoever buys this at the end of a year or two, whenever they make me sell it, whoever buys it's going to get a great rig, obviously. Tricked out, a 175 tricked out. A lot of this stuff like the real nice Garmins, the power poles, moving up to much, much better batteries, the trolling motor. I've added all that stuff. That's tricking it out right there. When I get to the front of the boat, this is a miniature of my 195. It's just not quite as large because it's a 17.5-foot boat instead of a 19.5-foot boat. Yeah, I got drake holders. One of the things about it, you'll have drake holders about everywhere on any White River Marine boat. I've got a real nice storage area right here that, again, this is a drain. You can use this for a live well if you want. A lot of people use this for an ice chest because it's big. It'll hold lots and lots and lots of drinks, a couple of sacks of ice, and a lot of people use that for a live well. For an ice box. That's a real good deal for an ice box right there. Now, on a Tracker 195, because you have the extra length, you got 2 boxes right here. Here you only have 1, but look at the size of that. Will you look at the size of that? And it goes way up under here. You just can put a lot of stuff in here. You can really carry a lot of stuff in the center back here. A lot. Just really carry a lot up here. It's thought out very, very well. You can compartmentalize this if you want. You see that right there where you can move that around and make these compartments whatever size you want them, or you can leave it like this. Got a big rod locker box on this side over here, and now this is an actual rod locker. It's not just a big long box. It's got deals for your rod handles back here to handle. It's got rod tip tubes in the front of it, and it'll hold. I guess it'll hold about 9 or 10 rods in this side over here. You've got identical same thing over here that'll also hold another 9 or 10 rods. And again, it's got rod tubes in the front on both sides. It's got butt holders back here on the back. And I was talking about tricking this out. I thought I had lights on here, and you're right. See, I put lights on. I got lights on this boat too. These are blue water lights. I just love lights, and I stick blue water lights on really every boat I got. I haven't used this boat enough to know exactly where those lights are, if they're hooked up to the regular boat. This hasn't even been wet. Oh, there's my lights. There we go right there. Is that sexy or what? It gets close to late in the evening. When it gets just about dark, I turn those on. I'm telling you what, Chris gets in these moods. I tell you what kind of moods that she gets into, but this is a family channel. But when she sees those blue lights, you just see her eyes start to glow. Her brown eyes go kind of blue when I turn those lights on. And she just gets in these moods that, don't you tell her I'm telling you all this now. Don't you dare tell her that. But those lights are cool. I got them just hooked up to my regular lights, so that's all I got to do. Now, in the back, I put my white lights instead of blue back there. And I did that just so you can see a lot better. If you're out there fishing at night, those white lights are bright, and you can really see good. But that's kind of a neat touch right there. I put them on every single boat. Blue water lights, get those at Bass Pro, and they're absolutely fantastic. The working end of the boat up here, again, is great. This is just like my regular bass boat. I've got a big Minn Kota 70 horsepower, 70-pound thrust Minn Kota trolling motor. This is a Minn Kota Maxim, and it's a foot control. I've got, you see my Garmin live scope there, transducer on there. I've got down transducers, everything. I got my 9-inch Garmin up here at the front. Really can do and see everything under the water with this boat just like I can my Ranger boat, just like I can my Tracker 195. This is just a little smaller version of it. And of course, if you're on a little bit of a budget where you can afford a $20,000 boat, but you can't afford a $50 or $60 or $70 or $80 or $100,000 boat. We got a lot of bass boats now in excess of $100,000. I got my 9-inch Garmin up here at the front. This is identically the same locator that I have back in the back. And this one's got live scope on it. The majority of the time, of course, I can split screen and show down screen and live scope at the same time, but the majority of the time, I'm just going to be looking at live scope on this when I'm fishing. I debated about putting 2 of them up here at the front, but since I'm using this here at the ranch, I'm definitely not going to get lost. My GPS is not too important to me, but to the rest of you, this is going to be a really, really big deal. But, and here's another thing you want to make sure you have. I got my pedals up at the front for my power poles. Well, I can put my power poles down or up from up here. So anyway, that is a Tracker 175 that's tricked out, and you could actually fish national bass tournaments in a boat like this and not have any problem, not be handicapped a bit. In fact, there'd be some places you can get into with this boat you can't get into with a normal boat. So a Tracker 175, I've been running these boats ever since Tracker came out with a 175, as a matter of fact. And all they've done is got better and better and better and better as years go by. The seats are tremendously comfortable. The ride, the Tracker 175 has got the Tracker Revolution hull, which is like the very best hull ever put on aluminum boats. They run fast, they run smooth. It's amazing, even in this little boat, how rough a water you can take. It's just absolutely amazing. So, my Tracker 175 walkthrough, I can't wait to get this thing in the water down there tomorrow, put it in that dock, and I'll fish, and I'll fish, and I'll fish out of this little Tracker 175. Guys and girls, I love you.